Hey all, and welcome back for a special variety pack of HellfireComms Patreon TV comms. Thanks to our patron Ben G, we have a selection of missed things to show you all. First thing we are going to be looking at is an episode of My Gym Partner's a Monkey. Then we're going to have a look at a couple of short episodes from a sketch show, an Adult Swim sketch show called Tim and Eric's Awesome Show. Great job! Exclamation mark. And then, oh boy, we have a very infamous episode of The Simpsons, Lisa Goes Gaga. We'll get to that when we get to that. But first things first, let me give a warm welcome to a new co-com for the Patreon TV comms. It's Samurai Snake.
Hello.
Hey, you guys will know him very well if you attend streams at all over on Twitch. And, I don't know, would you say you're a Mystery Science Theater 3000 kind of guy when it comes to watching stuff?
Yeah, I've watched a couple of MST3K episodes, riffed a bit on some of the Kingdom Hearts quote-unquote movies.
Oh, man.
Had a fun time with that.
Okay, so basically that's all the resume you need to be a co-com here on HSH.
Pretty much.
Alright. Check the video description if you guys need help syncing. We're using a new syncing thing now, so again, just check down there if you need a refresher. So here we go. My Gym Partner's a Monkey, Season 1, Episode 6, in 3, 2, 1, click. Here we go. Now, I gotta say, this was the period of Cartoon Network where I had kind of started to switch off from watching TV and move on to, like, watching stuff online. I only have vague memories of watching this show. What about you, mate?
What year was this that this came out?
It says it was December 26, 2005.
Okay, so that's around the time when I started quitting watching Cartoon Network. Save for stuff that's on Adult Swim.
The noble giraffe. Long-legged freak. Why did I say legs when I clearly meant neck? Great start to the commentary session. The whole conceit about My Gym Partner's a Monkey, by the way, Snake, if you don't know. And there's no reason you should know, because you're just like me. You switched off Cartoon Network at the same time, roughly. Is this kid's second name, when we meet him, is Lion.
What?
He gets transferred to a school full of anthropomorphic animals because of this.
Wow.
Not all cartoons can be fully original. Well, actually, I'm being a bit mean there. It is pretty original in terms of concept and whatnot. Meaty flakes. That's like a cow and chicken tier joke.
We're gonna get some pork butts and taters.
Oh, yes. And then we will say goodbye to Mom and Dad who have no upper halves. Let's go down the voice actor list, because, hey, this is what I do, basically. Adam Lyon, spelled Lyon, is voiced by Nika Futterman, who you may know as Asari Ventress in the Star Wars franchise, and also Styx the Badger in Sonic Boom.
Okay, Styx, that rings a bell.
I'm assuming this is the principal. Voiced by Maurice LaMarche. Yeah, I can totally hear that.
How do you send a kid over to a school full of animals? Do you just give him the Charlie Brown treatment of sending him to the pound or the vet?
Well, like I said, it was because of his last name that there was, like, a mix-up. They did everything by computer. That's the name of the episode. I clapped internally when they said it.
It's in your job description.
There's a crocodile in the front row. Why don't you just ask them to do it? So the monkey fella is, I would say, the deuteragonist, the second protagonist, Jacob P. Jake Spider Monkey, voiced by Tom Kenny. Okay, I guess a goldfish goes to the school, that's fine, I'm just processing new information every second, wow.
Why do you have a phone?
That's the last question I'd be asking in a school full of talking animals, but this is so weird, I'm so used to characters pulling out a smartphone that a flip phone just completely takes me aback. Probably best not to stan a guy who abuses animals for entertainment. Damn. Okay, I haven't found him in the cast list yet, but I'm pretty sure that's John DiMaggio as the hunter dude.
He sounds like him. You done fucked up.
If he wasn't ostracized before, he sure as hell will be now. God damn, they even pulled up like the Facebook image. That also sounds like Tom Kenny. Yeah, John DiMaggio, Amazon Kevin. There we go. I couldn't find it on Wikipedia. I had to actually Google for that. Oh my god.
You're dead. I will say that this is around the time that I think Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends was being broadcasted on Cartoon Network, I think.
Let's have a look here.
Is the only thing I can remember from this era.
Yeah, it actually predates My Gym Partner's a Monkey. It came out in 2004. Oh my god.
What?
Okay, I heard the humor in this was pretty good. So far, it's decent. You're all wearing clothes. You are clearly leagues above every wild animal out there.
Yeah, he's the literal crocodile hunter.
You'll have a lawsuit on your hand if an adult puts hands on a child. I think you're gonna be okay.
Just feed him an Uncle Pyle's atomic bulking powder. Or Beefcake 3000.
Oh, okay. I thought that sounded familiar.
That's a recount chicken got milk, I guess, quote unquote, ad. Ew.
Charming. A shit bucket.
Get him shit canned.
The joke is he is a complete coward when not in a staged television process. That was a failure all along. Steve Irwin told me I shouldn't do this, but I didn't listen. That explains a lot.
Would he hire ants for that? That is your fault for eating that gross high fructose corn syrup shit.
I hope he didn't kill him. We don't need another corpse on our hands.
Is shit.
You reduced him to atoms, Adam. How did you do that exactly? And now he's trapped here forever in hell.
Well,
Womp womp. There we go. That was Amazon Kevin. Keep the video on, because they do these in 11-minute things.
that was pretty decent.
Yeah, that was a fun start. A bit antagonistic towards animal kind, but, you matter. Ha 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 ha.
Fuck you. Oh, wait, what am I saying?
Ah. Wow, that was that ant you were talking about. He was being literal.
Yeah, I was wondering about that for a second.
How does anything get done in this school?
I guess all they do is just eat books.
Eat books, poop, plan, and assassination attempts on humans. If I was Adam, I would have just left by now. You know, I'm spending the day at the arcade. You can go fuck yourself.
What is this stock music?
There's a lot of stock sound effects as well.
Or chewing on books and pooping out the paper.
But it's a fine alternative to selling the elephant students for their ivory. Sorry, there was an adult joke there that flew over my head.
Oh.
Man, we are hitting a lot of kids' show tropes here.
Wow. Nice hair.
I'm not gonna lie, I've heard better animal-based raps before, and you gotta stop abusing the ants.
This sort of trope in kids shows is probably one that I like the least.
Yeah, I could sense your derision.
Yeah.
Oh.
They speak for us all. Wow, they hate it too.
Can we get to, like, the main plot of the episode, please? Nah. I'm pretty sure they can. That's how schools work. Again, you're in a school filled with animals. You gotta adjust your expectations here, Adam. What does Carter's like insider trading? This is insane troll logic. Maybe you should have set up shop in the animal side of town. That's how I'd react to a talking monkey, honestly. I've seen a version of Planet of the Apes, I can't remember which one it was, but let me tell you, shit was not fun.
Oh no, here come the Girl Scouts.
Damn. You ever just been punched out of your clothes? I'm gonna have to call the kids next door to deal with these.
You should get Mandy to do the work for you. No.
Oh, Jake. My sweet Jake. This is not helping us push merchandise, I assure you.
Yeah.
I could just close the door, and then you would be gone, and I would still have the money.
Okay.
If you buy another bar, I'll come back. After dark. But that was a clean brush, so that doesn't really mean anything to me.
That doesn't do anything for me.
Still going. Oh, I see. It's kind of hard to tell whether he was a human or a pig. I'm not being mean towards fat people, his character design just looked like a pig.
Yeah, fair enough with the nose. The human side of town.
You're on our turf, motherfucker. Oh, I see the rub here. They made all this money, and then they come along, and they make them buy their stuff. Many such cases.
I had no idea that the Girl Scouts were big-time extortionists.
I can't tell whether you're being sarcastic there or not.
Sarcastic.
Fair enough. Well, okay. I can tell you which of the two episodes I preferred.
And the second one doesn't count.
Yeah. Hey, bit more cake. Why not?
Yep.
They were really proud of this sequence. I'm just going to close that video down now. So, Snake, my good friend, that was my gym partner's A Monkey. Overall, there was some good humour, but I think I agree with IMDb's score here. Actually, that is Foster's here. My gym partner's A Monkey. They rated it 5.8 out of 10. I would go higher. I would probably give it about a 7 average.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
What did you like? What did you dislike about the episodes we watched?
Let's see, wasn't exactly a fan of the gross out humor from the second episode. But I did like the humor from the first one on how everyone was just a stunt person in that Amazon Guys show.
Right, yeah. It's not too bad. I've seen people gas up the show a lot whenever there's like, ooh, nostalgic cartoons and whatnot, but for me, that was just fine. You know, I've seen a lot better, but I've also seen much worse. Alright, next up, we are going to watch a couple episodes of Tim and Eric's awesome show, Great Job, and we are going to start with Season 2, Episode 3, so if you want to load that up and tell me when you're ready, mate.
I'm all ready.
Alright, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, click. It's my favourite segment from a show I've never watched.
I have never seen Tim and Eric at all, though I've heard of it a lot.
Yeah, I've mostly seen it compared to, oh my god, what is that dude's name? I've forgotten the other sketch show dude. It's gonna eat away at me. Hannibal Buress is his, like, sidekick and whatnot.
Okay, that is also news to me, because I've never watched this side of Adult Swim back in the day. His doll looks like Hank Hill.
Eric Andre, there we go. That was annoying the piss out of me.
Okay, I've seen clips of that on YouTube here and there.
Love John C. Reilly. Wreck-It Ralph, just in case you didn't know.
Oh, okay.
I love the VHS effects. There's an art to making shit posts or acting badly on purpose, because it's not as easy as you might think.
Okay.
Kill them with kindness and a good old axe kick. That's what they need.
You know, you want to kick them kindly.
They'll never expect it. Is this a paid service, or...?
No, get away!
Honestly, that's what you get for sleeping on a bench in public. And not being homeless, might I add. What? Now, don't forget, this is a sketch show, so the level of quality in actual sketches will vary. Thanks. So his doll is possessed. The other one is just basic, really. I think someone is getting preferential treatment from the doll making department.
Mm-hmm.
The hat conundrum was not something I anticipated. That's kind of funny. These hats would be perfect for the ants in My Gym Partner's a Monkey.
They would.
I see they all have tiny hats. Very arousing. Hey, it's me again. Dude, go! Trying to get laid here. Yeah, I like the tiny top hat. I want one for my cat.
They're not action figures. They're dolls.
Like the inverse of what it usually is. Is that fucking Patton Oswalt? The Beaver Boys will live, Snake. God bless them.
I was wondering what they ate. Whether it was those worms from My Gym Partner's a Monkey.
You see, you're slowly coming around to the COCOM process. We reference other things that we've done. It's brilliant! But no, then we'll become unbalanced again. Okay, as long as they have white wine with the shrimp.
They can make shrimp cocktails.
Pretty sure that's not how shrimp cocktails work, but whatever, what do I know?
It's how they're made now.
Too much pepper. Just the feeling of wearing a tiny hat. Ah, the goatee! Here he is again. I love how fucked up all these transitions are. It's like me when I first started editing videos. I don't think that helps, it just makes you much easier to rob. Oh no! He didn't expect the last resort, huzzah!
Rewound.
What a bizarre universe we live in.
Now destroy the room.
She heavily regrets having children, and especially drinking and smoking crack during the pregnancy. Just keep them in the basement, they'll be fine.
Oh, those boys.
So precocious. Okay, so what's the dark twist? Because I know it's coming. Going on a bit too long now, guys.
Are they going to be possessed too?
Pretty sure they're just on the spectrum, mate.
There it is.
He was his own mother.
Back to sexy time with tiny hats.
Oh, yes. Not with tiny hats, but next to, adjacent to tiny hats. I just noticed the pictures in the background. Oh my god, the possessed doll made it into the lineup, but he doesn't have a tiny hat. Will the woman notice this? I must go procure a tiny hat.
That doll's gonna devour my soul if I don't give him a tiny hat.
Jesus Christ. At this point, you may as well join us. He may not have a tiny hat anymore, but he also doesn't have a head. Oh wow, that went by really quickly, but that's a comedy sketch show for you, I guess.
That was weird.
It was surreal. It's surrealist comedy, is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, close that down, and gotta load up the next one. I don't really have anything to add to that, but John C. Reilly is always a treat.
Know that this was around the time where Adult Swim was having surrealist comedy with Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but this wasn't exactly my vibe.
Well, no worries, mate. We've got one more, and I'm pretty sure that's about it, really. Variety packs allow us to watch stuff we wouldn't usually watch to, just gauge whether or not we vibe with it, and, we get supported in the meantime. So, I am ready for Season 3, Episode 9, if you are.
Same here.
Alright, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, click. Okie dokie. Let me actually take a look at Adult Swim, see what shows did come out around this time. I think I've seen some gifs of this bald-headed dude floating about, mostly close-ups. Okay, so Tim and Eric's awesome show, great job, ! Came out 2007, so let's look for shows that came out around that time. Robot Chicken came out 2 years prior. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, like you said, actually came out in 2001. It's a very old show. And Rick and Morty would follow a few years later in December of 2013. Christ. That was just a horny office worker. I'm not even sure that was a real sketch.
This is CNN.
This is like a really banal version of Hot Ones. I really want some chicken wings now.
Fascinating.
Again, like with the rap in My Gym Partner, just the derision dripping from your mouth in word form. Again, it's a sketch show. Monty Python had a lot of duds as well, so Ben, don't take offence, please. Will that mean you're doing a great job as a presenter then, or does the guest also need to burp?
I think they would have to do that too.
Well, alright, that certainly was a sketch about burping. So romantic and alcoholic.
Whee!
Oh no! It's okay, you can get a new wife. I just now realise this is the same office dude as earlier. Man,
It is.
I'm fucking blind. He's so lonely fishing on his own. If only he had a real friend who would keep his promises and adhere to a schedule.
Oh. I see.
Vengeance. Wow. Truly, you can't be a teacher without a little bottled up rage. I'm vaguely uncomfortable. Space.
Saturn.
Ah, a callback. The wheelchair factory. Here we are again.
You can just imagine everyone in the set just burping.
I can't tell whether this is part of the sketch or like between takes. Yeah. The child showcase. Oh, that's not pleasant to look at. When they first showed him in the long shot, one of these, I thought it was a Muppet. The reality was not any less frightening.
He got wienerized.
That means so many different things between America and the UK.
It's from this Nickelodeon show called Wienerville, where there was a segment where everyone basically got their head placed on a tiny little body that I guess they controlled for some game thing, I guess.
Okay, mate. This child has been grossly misinformed. You obviously pee on the arm. This relationship advanced really quickly. I guess that's how time skips work.
He must have peed in her mouth, I guess.
He did, yeah. See, look at you, connecting sketches like a big brain boy. Oh, there is some vengeance coming your way, buddy. Jesus Christ, I was expecting a knife.
Well, this is America. This is how America does things.
Well, that solves that problem. Literally everything worked out for me. Well, he blew him away.
Because it was bring your gun to work day.
Huh?
Okay, they got better.
Oh, the poor naive fool. He should have expected they were wearing Kevlar. He is dead, though, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay.
what a fun and suicide-filled episode. Uh, that wasn't the funniest thing I've ever watched, but I was consistently entertained throughout both episodes.
Hmm.
Oh, Snake. Bless you. And your ways of summing things up by just going, Jesus Christ. But, yeah, that was Tim and Eric's awesome show. A great job. A very surreal sketch show. I can see why people compare it to Eric Andre now. But we have one last thing to check out, Snake. So if you could load up that particular episode of The Simpsons and let me know when you're ready.
I'm already here.
Alright, let's do this. Last episode of today, The Simpsons, Season 23, Episode 22, Lisa Goes Gaga. In 3, 2, 1, click.
I've heard stories about this.
Yeah, rightfully so. Rightfully so. It is one of the most infamous episodes to date because it's basically all about Lady Gaga and whatnot. There is a quote from Rowan Kaiser of the AV Club here, and yet, as annoying as this episode was in concept and generally in execution, it wasn't that painful to actually watch. I was moderately entertained. Oh, what a glowing review from the AV Club.
Well, we'll see.
I want you to take a guess as to when this episode first aired, mate. You don't have to guess the month, but the year would suffice.
Let's see, 2017?
Nope, 2012.
Wow, that far back. Sheesh.
Oh, that must mean Lady Gaga is on the way. Christ. There's Opulent, and then there's the Lady Gaga Express. Obviously, The Simpsons isn't any kind of stranger to doing celebrity-focused episodes, but back in the day, they seemed to just, weave them into the plot instead of the plot being about them, or just having them be cameos. That's what a lot of the more modern Simpsons tends to do. And while I haven't watched this episode all the way through, I watched, the first 5 minutes at Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I really hope this one can actually do something a little bit original.
Remember, Mark Hamill was weaved into one of the episodes where Homer beat up a bunch of nerds.
Yes. The forks. Use the forks. Sister City with no one. That's ironic because I think there's more than one Springfield in the US.
Mm-hmm.
In case you didn't get the joke, she often wears very crazy outfits. She wore a dress made of meat to an award show once. Oh, who did you think was going to win this award? Honestly.
Lisa.
No. Sorry, I needed a moment to process that. It sickened me that much. That's the second Glee put down I've heard in the past week. There was also one in Community. Jeff just doesn't get the appeal of it. You ever watched any of Community, mate?
I watched only the first episode when it aired. There's probably a lot that I'm missing with Community.
If you're going to watch any, I would watch one called Modern Warfare. It's a paintball-centric episode. That's all.
Ah, okay.
That's all I'll say. It's pretty great. Are we just going to spend, the runtime of this episode talking about other shows we'd rather be watching? God, have you heard what Julie Kavner sounds like these days as Marge?
Her voice was pretty much destroyed.
Pretty rough. It's pretty rough. That's a really good question. Like were there once ancient car predators? So far, I'm not seeing how Lady Gaga fits into all of this.
Me neither.
Oh, Lisa, you didn't. She was standing herself with a sock puppet account.
Wow.
Got him. I'd just kill myself after that. You cannot stop the Gaga train. Nothing stops this vehicle of positivity. Oh, is she psychic? I guess she's psychic.
Her Gaga sense was tingling. Yeah, I was waiting for that.
How much of a hillbilly do you gotta be for your fetus to be alcoholic? Oh, if only there was a celebrity who could artificially boost my self-esteem. Fucking Homer. This must have been very easy to animate.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck is the Grinch there?
That dress looks on brand.
I didn't agree to this. I suppose if you're gonna hire a singer, you want them to actually sing during the episode. Although I guess with Michael Jackson that was the exception. I'm not sure if he was the guy actually singing his stuff during that episode where Homer enters an insane asylum for wearing a pink shirt. Wow. Let me look up notable Lady Gaga songs.
She is a good singer, I will definitely say that.
It's pleasing on mine ears, so it is. It's funny because that's not her name. Born This Way, pretty famous one. I would say Poker Face is the one I'm most familiar with, mostly because South Park basically did a whole episode about it.
Just dance, applause.
Oh yeah.
She also did a fantastic job singing The Sound of Music as well.
Oh, Judas was one of hers. There is a fantastic mashup of Judas Priest with the song Judas. It is amazing to hear like this, whatever genre Judas Priest is. Sorry, I'm a hack, I know. Mixed with this poppy kind of feel. It's really great, actually. Oh my god, she's gone. Oh no, she just teleported. It's funny because paparazzi are rats.
Got her.
Wow, even the fucking teacher.
She totally empathizes with her.
Okay, you got a chuckle out of me.
That was pretty funny.
Visual humor, I'm a sucker for it. Aw. I can't tell the difference between her and Maggie when she does that.
I don't know, the saxophone sounds pretty nice to listen to sometimes.
Well, only if they're proficient at it, let's be honest. I gotta be honest, this is not terrible so far. It's a little bit contrived plot-wise, but the fact that they're, having all the Simpsons characters... You know what? Just gonna take that back. I was in the middle of praising it for character-driven jokes. Can't fucking believe it. No.
Just the stop.
No, I was going to say, this is what the good celebrity-focused episodes do, is that they engage with the Simpsons on an individual character level, and I guess she helped with, Marge's romance with Homer, but it was just so sudden, it just kind of knocked me flat on my arse. Is this toxic positivity?
I don't know if it's toxic positivity, it's just maybe toxic.
No, not today. It's not a Friday. Egg, 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 egg. Well, how about that? She actually told off the celebrity of the episode. Homer, there's like... Oh, you're actually climbing into a tree. Never mind. Yeah, I think that would be best for all of us, really. Yes. That's a great parental lesson to teach there, Homer.
Clearly.
And don't forget humble. Oh, ever so humble. uh, like, Yeardley Smith has a decent singing voice from what I can recall. This is very Deltarune-esque right now. Wow, this is a very high register for her.
Yeah, I don't think that this is as bad as they're making this out to be.
No, not at all, really. Like, there's a few jokes that fall flat for me, but otherwise it's just a typical Simpsons celebrity-driven episode. Wow. Oh my god! Okay, that was fucking good. Oh no, Grandpa!
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Oh, that short.
Was there like a scene where she actually talks and whatnot?
I've never seen it. I just know about it and that it exists. Oh, Homer's singing.
Of course it's fucking Poker Face. Why wouldn't it be? Of course. I'm gonna have to go listen to Poker Face after this. Fucking catchy as hell, mate. Okie coke, that was season 23, episode 22 of The Simpsons, Lisa Goes Gaga. I had heard horror stories about that, but that was just a 6 out of 10 at worst. I'd honestly give it a 7.
I'd say it's 5. It's not the worst. I'm sure there's worse Simpsons episodes out there.
Yeah, and far from the best, but that goes without saying. It has a 4 out of 10 on the dot on IMDb. I don't agree with that at all. I got a couple of big laughs out of it.
Yeah, I got some as well.
A chuckle here and there. So, yeah, that brings us to the end of this particular variety pack. Thank you very much, Ben, for continuing to commission these. Don't forget, guys, there is a big backlog we're currently working through, so if you decide to commission a TV com, just be aware that you'll probably get it by the time the universe implodes upon itself. But in the meantime, every penny helps to support HFC and allows me to pay co-coms like Snake for their time recording stuff. We'll see you next time for another round of HFC Patreon TV coms. Bye-bye.